So as students, we really fumble when it comes to our finances.
The knowledge that you have about how to make money, start making money, how to save the money, and in the long run, how to invest money.
Let me go with you, Ahmed. As students, how then do we inculcate this financial knowledge into our basic daily routine?
The artists and then footballers. Most of them they are rich when they during their playing time, but then 10 years after their playing time or when they retire, they become poor. Why?
Hello, viewers. Welcome to Afriwealth Connect. Today's episode promises to be really engaging and promising as usual. I have with me Ahmed and Eric, my crew. Today we are going to talk about financial education and the need for us to take it into consideration. So, guys, how have you been?
I'm doing well. I'm doing great.
Okay, UCC is always into the badlands, but we are coping, right? I think we are coping.
Yeah.
That's what I would say for now.
Yeah. So, guys, the theme for today is about financial education. So, I'll start with you, Ahmed. I know you're into financial literacy advocacy. So, when we talk about financial education, what is financial
Financial
education?
education.
Yeah.
Well, I would say in my own words that financial education has to do with you having the skills and then the knowledge on how you can manage your money well. That is you having the basic money skills and also the knowledge so that you can become either financially independent or successful.
Alright. What about you?
Okay, so mine will be very basic. So what I know about financial education is that the knowledge that you have about how to make money, start making money, how to save the money, and in the long run, how to invest money in multiple places so that it will bring you more money. So it's more like you are more informed about how you can make money continuously without relying on any other source for money.
Great. Yes. So well said. I think all your answers are correct. Financial education is a skill, is a knowledge, and also it has to do with the application of the knowledge that you've gained when it comes to your finances. Because we think that there is always this dependency, or let's say we have someone to depend on. So since the money will be coming every month, we are not really key to how we are spending it. So as students, let me go with you, Ahmed. As students, how then do we inculcate this financial knowledge into our basic daily routine?
Alright, so as you said, most of us students, because we are not earning money on our own, we normally rely on our parents most of the time. So we don't take into consideration how well we manage the money. And it all due to because most of our students we lack the basic financial education. Yes, and that is why most of them we don't inculcate it in our money spending. So you as a student, if you have money or you receive your monthly stipend and you want to spend, then you need to basically plan. Yes, that's how I say you need to plan on how you are going to spend it. And that is where the budgeting and then the savings come in, of which later on we delve into it.
All right. Yeah. What about you, Eric?
Okay, so as you have already said, since you are not making money on our own, but I see it to be like that one is individually. I know some students who are also making a lot of money on campus, right? Yeah, so I think in the general view, I'll see that financial education is very important, and every student, first of all, you have to realize that you don't know. Most of the time, you don't know. So go and learn. You can learn through reading books. You can learn through following some people who are teaching about these skills. And from there, regardless of who you are, you can save a little of what you have to start with what you have. And I think with this practice, you can start to be financially informed and see how you can do it in the long term because I see it to be a long term journey as well.
Yeah, I really concur with what you're saying. I can't remember I have been into contact with some few industry experts when it comes to finances. So I asked them how did they make it, and they told me that whilst they were in school, they started saving. It's something that you shouldn't have it at the back of your mind that I want to get money at that moment. Just have it that you are storing it for future. So they've been telling me that they started saving something small, and after school they got some sort of capital for them to even reinvest into something else.
Sure.
So I think savings is one part that we students have to appreciate. Like we should appreciate. There shouldn't be it shouldn't be at the back of our mind that we are always going to get the money because we are all from different backgrounds. Some people even have to work for the money, and others too have it on like they have it anytime they ask for it. Whilst others too have to go for loans and the rest to support them in their finances. So I think what you are saying is really key. Amel, let me come back to you. So why the need for financial education? Why the need at all?
Yes, I'll basically say money rules the world. And for financial independence, you need to have financial education because without it, you can never be financially independent. You see, we've seen it a lot. Let me see, the artists and then footballers. Most of them they are rich when they're during their playing time, but then 10 years after their playing time or when they retire, they become poor. Why? It's just basically because they lack the financial education. So, as a student on university campus, it's not about you practice or having money. Even you practicing financial education will help you to inculcate the habit so that in the future, when you start working and you are earning your salary, you can then plan and then towards the financial education so that you can be financially independent.
Okay, so Eric, when Ahmed was speaking, he made mention that some footballers, during their tenure, when they are still active, they we see them as rich, living a luxurious life. But a few moments or few years after their retirement, or say injury, some serious injury, it's like they go back to square one. So we've got to have some underlining concept that financial literacy is not about your status, right? So, what do you have to say about that? Is there some correlation between that, or sometimes your status also counts?
Okay, so what I'll say is that we have technical skills. You are technically footballing, right? So you know how to play good football. You are the Messi, you are the Ronaldo. If you are a software engineer, you know how to code. These are all technical skills. That's totally different from financial education. So far as you have these skills, I call it high end skills. That doesn't mean you are going to be very successful. Sure.
Financially.
Without the financial education. So that's why Ahmed said that someone will be like when the person is in his teens, active ages, the person have millions, but because the person lack financial education, that's why they always end up broke. But those with the financial education are always building businesses outside their job or their direct job. So when they are out of business, they can focus on their own.
Great. So we've been able to establish the fact that your status does not determine how financially literate you are. So let me come back to you, Ahmed. You see, in our curriculum, we don't usually see us having financial education in it. So is it a must? Is financial literacy a must, or
Option.
it's optional?
Well, that's a very good question. And I would say financial education is a must for every single individual on this earth. Yes. So financial education is a must for every single individual on earth. As I said in my earlier submission, money rules the world, and in every activity that we engage as an individual, money is part. So then, why is financial education an option? It's supposed to be compulsory for us because if we'll be dealing with money in any activity that we are engaged in, then we have to learn about the skills and how well we can manage money in any activity that we are engaged in.
Okay, thanks. So I can't remember if my memory serves me right. Last week, we got a statistics that only 32% of the Ghanaian population are financially literate, and 68 are financially illiterate. And we've got to understand that we have about 90% who have this. About 90% of us are financially included. Like there is a 90% financial inclusion, but 32% financially literate. So it means that as a country, you are even lacking financial literacy.
Yes.
So this is really a wake up call for all of us. You being a financial literate, you being a worker, you being a government agency, like each and everyone, we all fall short. We all fall short when it comes to financial literacy. So I want to ask, why do we lack financial literacy then? If we are having 90% financial inclusion, then it should correlate with our financial literacy. So why is there a lag or a deviation between the two? Why do we lack financial literacy as a whole? Why do we lack it? So I'll start with you, Eric.
Okay, so it boils down to our educational, what you are being taught, right? So most of the time, no, we prioritize the academic knowledge, right? Academic knowledge than the educational knowledge. So we have all been reading slides, right, about photosynthesis, those who are doing science, those who are doing supply and demand, we are doing IT, Excel, and other stuff. When and where did they tell you how you can manage your money, how you can earn money, how you can invest, even the opportunities here that you can invest to make money? You don't have that kind of content, and that's why we are making that decision. The decision that we are making shows our financial literacy, the financial decision that we are making right now. So if you ask a young kid right now, is how does it show that someone has money? You say that when the person have car and building, that means the person has money. But in reality, those who have money, it doesn't even reflect on themselves. They talk calmly, they have a lot of investment that brings them a lot of money. So I think culturally we don't pay attention to that knowledge, right? So I think when you go through the school, it also take that knowledge out of you. We have to, in every setting, they have something that they generate money from. When you go to the Western world, they have the factories there already. So when you work in a factory, you can get something. When you build a factory yourself, you can get a lot. So in the Western world, business is ruling. Here too, when you come here, business is ruling, or business will make you wealth, but it's in a different form. It's not in the factory because we don't have the factory. It's in the farming, it's in the selling, it's in the retailing, it's on online, selling online, all this stuff. But we don't teach this in our school. They just tell you that go to school, get some job, get married, and that's all. So that's why we are suffering.
So I think we all also fall short. Like we have a part to play. For instance, you were mentioning that the school is not in the curriculum of the school. But just as we find that there is a need for us to eat, so we need to cook. The same way that you should have that mentality that there's a need for me to be financially stable, so I have to appreciate financial literacy. So just as something is not taught, we should we are making that point as an excuse that we don't teach us. Nobody teaches you how to cook, even if your mom teaches you how to cook. The same way online teach how to save your money, financial management, and the rest. But it's up to yourself to take that upon yourself to appreciate.
Why we are here.
Yes, to appreciate that financial literacy, because for you to get a desired meal that you need, you have to learn how to cook and be perfect at that skill so that you can cook to your satisfaction. The same way that if you want to get to the Bill Gates and the Roberts and the Walmart and the rest, you also
you have to add
the despite the despite the Dangote, like you need to get there. Have you ever sat down to analyze how they got there? They will come and tell you the motivational speeches and the rest, but self-investment, they really invested in themselves. So that is why they've also been able to, get to where they are. So financial literacy boils down to self-investment, just as you were saying. The fact that you are technically good doesn't mean you are financial literate, and the fact you are academically good doesn't mean that you are financial literate. So now that we've been able to establish the fact that your status do not determine how financial literate you are, I want to go back to you, Ahmed.
All right.
What do you have for the audience when it comes to financial literacy?
What do I have for them
Yes,
when it comes to financial literacy?
yes.
Yeah, so I'll focus more on students. That students, if you are watching this video, know that financial education is a journey, but then not a destination. You can start now, even with your monthly stipends. The best option for you is to inculcate the habit so that when you start working and then you are earning on your own, then it will not be an issue for you because already you have the habit of savings, maybe the habit of budgeting your money, planning on how you can. It's all about you practicing the financial education. And as Eric said earlier in his submission, that it's all it's
Boils,
all right.
it all boils down to
But it's all about
investment.
self-investment, yes. So even if you are not being taught in class about financial education, put it as a duty, something that as a personal mission, so that you focus more on it. Practice. There are a lot of books that you can read on it, and there are even online courses that you can take on financial education, just so you become financial literate. But then know that financial education will broaden your perspective about money, but then you practicing it will make you financially independent. So practice is more important than you having just the knowledge.
And what about you?
Okay, so I always say that if you'll be really free when you are financially free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the camera that we are using here, we use money to buy. You know, the 9 glasses, making guide beautiful. We use money to buy. So never downplay the importance that money gives you. Right? You know, if you have two uncles, the one that comes and always dash you some money, you are wishing to see him every week because you know he'll give you that money. So if you are a student out there, if you are anybody out there, it's not too late. You can get yourself some books, and I'll recommend some books for you. Perspective, financial intelligence, financial literacy, resilience, psychology of money, the rule of wealth, African advantage. They all talk a bit about financial education. So if you want to contact me, my number is 0550 36 0550 39 36 65. 0550 39 36 65. And my last word that I would say is that you know you're it's just like when you are going to look for a girlfriend, right? I don't know when a lecturer is teaching me how to propose for a girlfriend. I go and learn it myself. You know, sometimes you go and they will bounce you. So do financial education. You have to take it upon yourself and learn it. And in the long run to make a great impact. You know, because finance determines where you stay, the people that you be with, even the girl that you date in the future. You know? So don't take it for joke.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. You're able to establish the fact that financial literacy is key. You should make it your personal mission. It shouldn't be something optional, but it should be compulsory. So it should be part of the basic necessities and the basic skills that you need to move it. Because you can't be wherever you want to be without financial education. You've got to understand that it is a journey, but not a destination. Financial education has no ending. It evolves day in day out, and so just as it's moving and just as we are moving from the traditional way to the modern way, that is how financial literacy is all about. For even for you to have um for you to know how to use this fintech, you need to have a financial education. So as the world is moving, you need to move as well. And we've also been able to establish the fact that it is a self-investment. Invest in yourself. Self-investment is key when you are on the financial literacy journey. So guys, thank you very much for your time, for listening to us. We are going to give you more engaging sessions on financial literacy in our next episode. So stay tuned, same time. Bye.